simple technical or non-technical question. What types of testing do you do normally, or maybe we can say what types of testing are there or
Exists.
exist, and normally what do you do in your
Yes.
projects or in your projects that you have worked? What's the normal scenario?
Well, we start testing from the beginning. When we start to analyze the requirement, there is one type of testing, the analyzing the requirement, and it's one of the very important, because if you find a defect in that phase, you are saving a ton of dollar for the company, because no one is typing one piece of line of code for that requirement yet, and you are saving a lot of stuff. Then we can move to the unit testing that we're already talking about, that is related to the development team. Then we have the integration testing, and we have the regression testing. We have the functional testing, that is the most typical that all the person know, that is the manual testing, validation. We have sanity testing, that is very important also. We have smoke testing. We have exploratory testing. Sometimes the person understand that exploratory testing is quite easy, but not. You need to understand more the concept of exploratory testing, because you need to be an expert first on that application in order to explore correctly and the different paths and the different scenarios with different variables and stuff. I think that are the most important type of testing that we have right now and we are using. I think one of the most uses for automation is sanity testing. One of the biggest task or activity that you need to have as an automation tester when you join to a team, you need to start to identify which are the most important flows on your application. Then when you have identified those flows, you need to start to build that sanity testing. And you are questioning right now what is the sanity testing. So the sanity testing is going to be the testing that is responsible to test the most important flows of the application. It's like cover 20% of the application that impact the 80% of that application. So it's not saying that we are automate all the different flows. No, we're going to automate the most important that impact the most functionality on that application.
Nice, nice. And normally the sanity test is automated.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, what I understand is I'm gonna remember I'm more on the software developer side, so I
Mhm.
might ask stupid questions.
There are no
Uh,
stupid question.
there are just stupid people that don't ask questions.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
and so in this case, you mean that we need to have like an automated flow in the terms of testing for the important scenarios. That, for
That's
example, if you have an application that needs to do specific many tasks, but one of the most used tasks is task number 2 and
mhm,
task number 4. Maybe
that's right.
those are the most used ones or the most important ones, and you have other 3 tasks, but maybe if you cover those two, that 80% of the users do it. Maybe that you're covering the sanity test, or maybe
Yes,
in terms of or maybe also in terms of the importance
yes.
of the
It's in terms of the importance, in terms of the impact, and also in terms of the integration. Because if imagine that you are using an email, for example, which
Mhm.
is going to be the more important flows that you need to automate. First, the login. Then you
Mhm.
need to send an email. You need to receive an email. Then actually you can send that email to yourself, and you're covering two scenarios in that situation. Also, you need to delete an email, create a distribution list, and stuff like that. So you are impact most of the functionality with that type of validations. So basically, the sanity testing, the goal is to run it daily in order to see if the application is working properly. You can run it at the beginning of the of the day, and you can run it at the end of the day. But in the other hand, we have different type of testing that are also very important, as the integration testing and regression testing. You can create automate for regression suites that are heavily charged with a lot of validation. You are covering everything for the application and the most important flows with that one, but it's taking too much time to run those type of testing, because you're going to run it when you have a big release and it's going to be have big impact on the application, and then you can use those type of automation testing. This is not properly to run it every day. You can have validations for the backend also with SubUI, with Postman, that can be implemented in Jenkins. Then it's going to be help you when you're going to be any change of your code. The developers need to run this type of validation, and then you can guarantee that the code that was modified is working properly. That is another type of validation. For could be an integration, could be a regression also, that is going to be executed when the developer is making a commit.